Hey guys, how's it going? I know I can't hear you, but hopefully in your mind you say it's going well or it's going okay. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, your life is horrible. But what are we? Today's Tuesday, so you're probably listening this time Wednesday, so middle of the week. That's something. That's some sort of accomplishment. I know I'm hitting you hard with these simulations, and some apologies for that, but just realize that's no different than if I were there. Sounds like Miss Klein is going through a lot of it together with you, so between my video help, her helping you along, I know it's a little bit grueling, but it sounds like you're getting through it all right, so just keep after it. I'm going to try to give you a break a little bit here these next couple days, because what you guys are going to head into next week is where probably your interest level is going to go up a little bit. And Kepler's laws, we have to talk about them, and I think it's good you're aware that they're there, but I understand in the grand scheme of things in your lives that you may not remember the law of equal areas or something like that. But next week we start talking big picture. So where are we in the whole grand scheme of things? And this is some of the more philosophical stuff. And you're going to watch, more than likely this video will be split into a couple class periods, but Cosmos episode 1. Now if you were in, I don't know, I think 3rd and 5th hour last week, because of that awards assembly, you watched an episode. Hopefully you found it interesting. It was just kind of something to do so that you guys didn't get way ahead. I didn't want to give you something that was miserable, so hopefully you found it somewhat entertaining. I do want you to know, though, that this one is actual stuff that you're going to use next week, so stay off the phones, okay? Tell people goodbye, that you'll see them in a half hour or so. It'll be all right. So disconnect for a little bit here. And this episode kind of takes you through the beginning of the universe up until where we are now, and then possibly then extend it beyond. So it tries to look at the past, tries to look at the future. And one of the quotes I want you to think about with Miss Klein here says, "We are made of star stuff." Notice you don't have to write any of this stuff down, any of these notes. I just want you to have something to look at while I'm yapping at you. So we are made of star stuff. That quote was made by Carl Sagan. And if I looked up correctly, I think it was 1980. Okay, my year may be off, but it was definitely Carl Sagan. And some of you probably have heard of this guy. And like everybody's heard of Einstein, and everybody's heard of Newton. And this guy, for astronomy and physics, he's the man, okay? He is the man. If you watch Big Bang Theory, you know that he's one of Sheldon's kind of heroes. And so he made this quote, and a lot of people don't like this quote, and you are welcome to disagree 100% with it. You just need to understand where it comes from. So the idea that we are made of star stuff. Okay, I want Miss Klein to pause me here, and I want you to stop and think, well, what do you know about stars? What are they made of? How could we possibly be made of what a star is made of? All right, so pause me for a second here. All right. Hopefully you gathered some ideas, some brainstorming, because that's one of the topics that will be addressed at some point in this video. Another major theme within the video, you're going to see that he is in what's called a ship of the imagination. Look, I know that is cheese, okay? A ship of the imagination, very elementary-ish, but it actually works when you see the little ship is in, because you kind of got to let go of what you think to be true to some extent. And just let yourself go. Let yourself just believe this guy. Let him believe the things he's talking about in the beginning, in terms of the beginning of the universe, the future of the universe, and then reflect it back on your own beliefs. Okay, what have you thought to be true? What do you believe to be true? And again, I'm not telling you what to believe by any shape of the imagination. Don't ever think, Lentz said I have to believe this. I am not saying that. You just have to at least understand the viewpoints that are out there. Because if you're going to go into an argument, you got to be able to defend your position. And so you got to know what those other people are going to argue. All right, so think of it that way. So the ship of the imagination, it's kind of like this little spaceship that you're going to fly through the universe in. And throughout the way, you're going to be looking for what's called your cosmic address. Okay, so your cosmic address. Um, hopefully you know what your address is. Still working on my kids. Apparently you don't need to know your email. Everybody knows their email address, I'm sorry. But if you ask for your house address these days, apparently in 5th grade we still don't master that. So there's my little vent. But think about your address. Okay, you hopefully know what street or road you live on. So I know I'm on 105 North 4th Street. So that's the first line of my address. And I'm in Shepherd, and I'm in Michigan. And then I'm in the United States, all right? This one, we're thinking big here. Okay, I know that for us, everything's on this like micro scale. We're thinking macro. We're thinking big. So the first line, you're on Earth, okay? And what you're going to see, that's a speck. We are just a speck of nothing almost in the grand scheme of things. So you're going to start out small, and you're going to work your way big, okay? So think about what galaxy we might be in, that sort of thing, okay? Or the solar system, all those things. So I want you to pay attention. You're going to need this stuff. It's going to help set the stage for the more like, whoa, mind-boggling stuff that we talk about next week. All right, so hang in there. I've heard great things, and keep up the good work.